Good evening and welcome. I'm Shashidhar, your host, and I welcome you all to the Spirituality and Healing Group Meet. And we have today agenda as good health and wellness with spiritual healing. Okay. So when you hear this, when you hear the topic, what comes to your mind? Good health and wellness. That is something everybody wants, right? And every human being. In fact, I would say that is the birthright of all the human beings, right? To live in good health and wellness. But in the present scenario, or even not because of the pandemic, even in general, if we talk of good health and wellness, and we talk of a percentage of population, how many of the, what percentage of the population do you think really enjoy good health and wellness? What would be that percentage overall, worldwide? If we talk of maybe we are talking of 800, around 800 crore population, right? तो कौन कितने प्रतिशत लोग आपको लगता है गुड हेल्थ और वेलनेस में जी रहे होंगे?
So what I feel nowadays, people are more conscious about their health. People are doing yoga.
What percentage? Just give an estimated number of the percentage that you think.
Maybe 60%. What I
60% of the total population on planet Earth, you think are living in good health?
5 to 10%.
5 to 10%.
I think only 5%.
5 to 10%.
Very good. 5%, 10%, 60%. Okay, we have a big variation. Anybody else? That's fine. Everybody has their own, way of.
Yeah, maybe it's around my society, my social circle is like that. Maybe.
I'm talking 2%. Of total population on this planet Earth. Okay, that includes all the BPL category also. Okay, below poverty line. Okay, तो चलो मैं थोड़ा सा और कंफर्टेबल बना देता हूँ आपके लिए. BPL को एक्सक्लूड कर लीजिए. ओके, और इस पेंडेमिक की वजह से जो लोग अफेक्ट हुए हैं उनको भी एक्सक्लूड कर दीजिए. तो सीन ले चलते हैं हम 2 साल पहले, 2 years before, when there was no pandemic, that point of time, and below the poverty line को भी आप एक्सक्लूड कर लीजिए. Now tell me, what percentage of the people do you really think would enjoy good health and wellness in their life? Absolutely perfect good health and wellness. कितने percentage लोग enjoy कर रहे होंगे? Let's have a reality check. तो 5%, 10% हमको मिल चुका है. 60%,
2%.
2%. Okay, all right. So 2%. Anybody else? Well, anybody, just shout out. Whatever is your reality, what do you think?
So what I feel like जो हमारे घर maids आती हैं, मेरे उनसे एक बारी बात हुई.
Don't dilute the topic. Percentage finished. That's it. Right now we're talking only a percentage. Analysis करने के लिए पूरा session है, अभी आएंगे.
Okay.
Just taking an approximate reality of everybody, right? Let everybody share. So you said 60.
20 से 30.
said 20 से 30%. Okay. Anji.
I think not more than 5%, maybe lesser.
Not more than 5%, maybe lesser. Okay, fine. So 2% जो कवर ने बोला वो हो सकता है वो सही हो. हाँ, no. We are just inquiring. There is no right answer. There is no wrong answer because I don't have any statistics with me. Let me tell you that. If you're expecting that I will give the right answer, no, I don't have it. I'm just 11%. Saying, let us look at the scenario. That's it.
11%.
Huh?
11%.
11. Okay, 11%. All right. So you have a penchant for 1-1. Huh? Yeah, in fact, I'm crazy about 1-1-1-1. So is Amitji, right? We think that is very auspicious. So you have picked up 2 1s. That's good. Hanji, Tony, what do you say? Percentage? And Amit Gupta, what percentage? Just shout out anything. Huh?
5 to 10%.
5 to 10%. Okay. Amit Gupta.
It's less than 5%.
Less than 5%. Okay, good.
Maybe Kavan is right 2%.
Maybe Kavan is right 2%. Okay. But for discussion's sake, let us say I will give that as 5 to 10. So 10 le lete hain discussion sake. Huh? But it will not be anywhere close to even 5%. I mean, that is my personal opinion. It will be very less than that. Why is that? Now we need to understand that. Why is that? Okay. Because human beings are the most evolved and the most privileged species in this universe. We know that. And we have all the resources to live a good health and to live a good life with good health and wellness. And yet we are unable to do that. There is something seriously wrong with the way human beings are living their life. I don't care whether it is 2%, 5% or 10%. What I'm saying is this is a pathetic state of affairs, because we are the most intelligent, most evolved, most sophisticated species in this universe. Our body is one of the most, you can say, infinitely intricate, most complicated body we have. And we are privileged to have such a body because it has multi-dimensional potential of operating in life. And in spite of that, we are messing it up big way. But obviously, there is something which we are not understanding about our existence, how to live our life. We are not aware of it. How many of you agree with me? How many of you agree with me what I've said right now? Yeah. मतलब अगर मैं सिंपल भाषा में बताऊं, हमारे पास सब रिसोर्सेस है एक बहुत अच्छी जिंदगी जीने के लिए, अच्छी हेल्थ, अच्छी सेहत और अच्छे वेलनेस में हम आराम से जी सकते हैं, लेकिन हम स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं. क्यों स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं? And that is what we are going to find out today in this session, right? So our session today is on good health and wellness with spiritual healing. So that's what we will be talking of. So let me first share a small presentation with you, and then we will take this discussion forward. And I will finish that presentation maybe in 15-20 minutes, and then we will have open house on that question answer session. Is that fine with everybody? Right. So any questions come, just note down your questions that time. And once I'm through with the presentation, we will go ahead with the question and Q&A session, right? So let me just share. So good health and wellness, that is the topic that we are here today for. And as we said, in spite of having all the resources, we as human beings are failing miserably in living a life of good health and wellness. So what are we faced with reality today? Let us look at the reality that we are facing today. All of you can go on mute, right? What we are going to learn in this session. By the end of this session, we will understand the basic 7 levels of our human existence. Number 2, we will get insights to improve our health and wellness level. First, we will know what is our health and wellness level by introspection, and we will get insights how to improve that. And we will also know how spiritual healing can help you in improving your health and wellness. So that is what the discussion is today. So let us, as I said, let us look at the reality that we are facing in life today. The present crisis, including the pandemic that we are facing, is full of disease and illness. People are complaining of insomnia, right? They're unable to sleep regularly without taking sleeping pills. And even after that, they are struggling to find sleep for maybe 3 hours, 4 hours, that too at weird timings. So people are actually sleeping at weird hours, lesser time, full of stress, and they are unable to cope up with the stress levels, right? Resulting in what? Loss of concentration. People are falling prey to depression and addictions of maybe starting from maybe tea or coffee to right up to the drugs level. So we are having all kind of problems here. People are getting addicted to their habits, their patterns, which are highly, highly harmful and detrimental to their health. People are experiencing extreme fear, panic, and phobia. Could be of survival, could be of survival of their own life or maybe their family members. Emotions like anger, rage, worry, and anxiety is very common. People think it is natural. They think it is a normal thing to have it. And when we talk of diseases, blood pressure, diabetes, and migraine is something which is they consider as a normal lifestyle. ये तो होना ही है. अगर काम करोगे ऑफिस में तो बीपी तो बढ़ना ही है, ब्लड प्रेशर की प्रॉब्लम तो होनी है. करेक्ट? टारगेट रहेंगे तो ब्लड प्रेशर बढ़ेगा, शुगर की बीमारी नॉर्मल है. That's how we are living our lifestyle. And of course, not to forget, people are suffering from critical and terminal illnesses. In short, people are living a life of full of disease, suffering, and misery. And if this is true, what is the solution? The solution, right now we are talking of a war-like situation when we are fighting the pandemic. But even if the pandemic is over, the perfect solution to living a life of good health and wellness will be to first understand our level of existence. How do we exist in this life? The kind of life we are living, what are the existence level? Then we look at what will be a perfect solution. And as per my opinion, spiritual growth or spiritual healing gives you a very good solution of how to live a life of health, good health, and wellness. So let us start our discussion with this. Let us look at our levels of existence, of human existence. What are these levels? The 7 levels of existence, of human existence. If you look at it, our physical level, the first level is body. The second level, the breath. Third level, manas or emotions. Fourth level, buddhi or intellect. Fifth, chit or memory. Seventh, ahankar or ego. Sixth, ahankar or ego. And seventh, self, which is our real nature, the soul or the consciousness. So these are the 7 levels of our existence. Now, when we talk of these 7 levels of existence, we need to first understand it in a broader perspective. What is about a broader perspective? The world that we are living in, the life that we are living, we are experiencing an outside world and an inside world. Yes or no? Just raise your hand if you are aware of it. Outside world, there is an outside world and there is an inside world. The outside world is full of, we say, vastu, vyakti, and paristhiti. So we would say that it is full of vastu means things, vyakti means people, and paristhiti means situations. So the outside world is full of people, things, and situations. And our inside world is what we are looking at, our levels of existence. Body, you can consider, though it's part of you, it is still in the external world, right? It is in the effect of that, but you can still consider that as body. And body is connected to your internal world of man, buddhi, chit, or ahankar by the breath. So body and breath, you can still consider it as something external, but your real internal mechanism is what is called man, buddhi, chit, or ahankar. These 4 are very, very critical in creating your inside world. And then what you're left with is you, the real self or the soul. That is how we are going to access how you can live in that domain. Correct? So this is what we are going to talk of when we are talking of the 7 levels of existence. Now let us understand these levels very, very quickly, maybe in one line, so that you can actually associate, you can remember that and associate it very, very fast. So if you want to look at a healthy body, we're talking about good health, right? So your body has to be healthy, right? When we talk of body to be healthy, what do you mean by healthy body? We are talking of a strong, flexible, and a steady body. Right? Steady body means when you want to work with the body should be fully capable of being steady and then doing that work. If the body is moving around all the time, then you can't concentrate or you can't work effectively. So healthy body means the body is strong, body is flexible, body is steady, and obviously disease-free. Now, if you want to look at a healthy body, 3 important aspects of it. Number 1 is the food. Food that we eat, the water that we drink, right? So food and water is something very, very mandatory or essential thing for the good healthy body. Next, we talk of is sleep. And then the activity. So 3 things are required for a healthy body. Number 1, food. Number 2, activity. Number 3, rest or sleep. If you do this, understanding your body nature, and do this in balance, you will be taking care of the body part. Because 90% of the actions in the body or the activities in the body are being taken care of without your knowing. How many of you are running your own heartbeat? How many of you think that you are running your blood pressure? How many of you think that you are running your digestive system? No, all this is already taken care of. We have to take care of only the basic essentials. Rest of the things are automatically taken care by the divine intelligence. The kind of the anatomy that we have, the physical body that we have is fully capable of taking care of itself. Many aspects. Only 2 to 5% of the activities of the body are to be taken care by us. Right food, right time, in balance. Good food, right time, right balance. That's all. Similarly, the sleep and similarly the activity. You do this part, rest of the part, the body will take care. But we are failing in that. Right? Why are we failing in that? Because whatever is happening in the body is actually coming from our inside world. And what is that inside world? Starting with breath. Breath is your connection between the body and the mind. Mind body. When we talk of mind body, we are talking of man, buddhi, chitta, and ahankar. Okay, that is a subtle body. Now, if the breath is, how should be the breath? I know many of us are doing yoga, meditation, pranayama, so we are aware of the breath, right? The breathing should be such that our breath is long, relaxing, and rhythmic. This is perfect. This is the perfect way to ensure a good, healthy body. So people who are doing pranayama and all will be aware of this. So breath is something, again, which is automatically coming and going, so we don't pay attention to it. But half an hour, 30 minutes of pranayama every day will do wonders for your body. And those who are doing it would know this very, very fast. If you want to increase your lungs capacity, if you want to increase your energy level, the best way to do that is to do pranayama for 30 minutes. Right? So body and breath, I will not touch much because we are already aware of it. Right? And since we see the body and we can experience the breath, so yoga and meditation and pranayama, we are doing it. So body and breath is normally in our awareness. What is not in our awareness is the next 4 levels, which we talk of is man, buddhi, chit, and ahankar. So let us have a look at this. When we talk of manas or emotions, now our manas is basically about thoughts and emotions. And one thing which is very, very clear about this man or manas is that it is never in the present. It's either in the past or in the future. It is either regretting or having anger and guilt and all these negative emotions because of something that has happened in the past, or is worried and has anxiety for things which are going to happen in the future. So what we want, ideally we want that the man, which is the storehouse of emotions and thoughts, should be in the present, should not be vacillating or oscillating between the past and the future. It should be right in the present, and that takes care of the man or the thoughts or the emotions. Right now we'll stick to that. Move on to the next level of buddhi. What is buddhi doing? Buddhi or intellect has the primary function of taking a decision, but that power is highly reduced because of the attraction or the repulsion that the intellect develops. So we want the intellect to be completely free from raga, dvesha, which means attraction and aversion. Few things we are attracted to, we are drawn towards it, and few things we are running away from it. It's basically talking of a language of pleasure and pain. Where we think there is pleasure, we get attracted to it. Where we think there is pain, we get repulsed from it. So we are running away from it. So it is basically saying that attraction and you can say hatred or aversion, that is coming from desh. So if the body is, if the intellect is free from raga, dvesh, it will take the right decision, which will be aligned with the thoughts and emotions. So that takes care of the second, 4th level, which is buddhi. Our memory bank, chit or memory, is the memory bank of all the memories that you have in the present or the past lives. What is the characteristics of memory? Just think about it. Any memory pick up, any memory that you can think of. It will be very easy to remember some bad and sad memories in your life. And if you want to remember a good incident, you will have to really struggle for it. If you write down your 10 powerful memories, 9 of them or maybe 8 of them will be negative. Memories have this tendency to be stored in the mind. When we say in the chit, these memories are of the nature of sad and bad memories, and they are flooded in subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is full of such memories. That makes you negative, right? And the last and the most subtle layer is we call as ego. How many of us experienced superiority complex or inferiority complex in our life? In fact, many of us do that every day, right? And this is so powerful, even if you distinguish it, it comes back again and again. We are aware of it, but we can't stop our superiority complex or the inferiority complex to take control of our life. How many of you have seen people who are complaining or blaming others for their miseries? So that is also a function of the ego, which is either in guilt or in blame. If you are blaming yourself, you're full of guilt, and if you're blaming others, you are full of complaints and blames. And that also makes you very, very negative. So your inner world of man, buddhi, chit, and ahankar, this is not in our control. This is the main problem of our suffering and miseries and diseases in our life. And due to this, and ego playing a major role, we are not at all aware or even aware of our existence as soul or consciousness, which is completely hidden from us, which is not available for us. And that is the reason for our suffering and miseries in life. We will take on questions later on. If you have any questions, just note down. But in short, if you want to live a very powerful life, you have to be very, very committed and very, very decisive in transforming your inner world, which is man, buddhi, chit, and ahankar. Now, when I say this, let me also share with you something, how the inner world is actually responsible for this suffering and misery, right? So I will take some time to discuss. We can also have some discussion here so that we can understand it better. So how many of you think that whatever I have shared till now, how many of you have any questions on this, or you want some discussions? Please go ahead.
Sir, I want to ask something about guilt. Like, is it a part of ego?
Guilt is a part of ego, definitely. If you are having a guilt complex, then it is part of your personality, right? So there is something that you are unable to forgive yourself. Yeah. So you have to understand, ego type is guilt, but it will come up in different emotions. It will come in thoughts, it will come in emotions. So you have to understand that. If there is something which is happening at the level of thought or emotion, there is a background which is full of memories are also supporting it. And then there is an ego type which is supporting it. You need to understand it that way. So you have to go back and back and back till you find the real source of your guilt. Okay. So it could be thought, it could be emotion, there could be memories, but ideally behind all these thoughts, emotions, and memories, there is an ego type of a person who is guilty. And what is the solution for that? Anybody? What is the solution for that? How do you get over your guilt?
Forgive
yourself. Absolutely right. Guilt means you're unable to forgive yourself. So just say, I'm a human being, I made a mistake. And if you know whom you have made that mistake with, so if you have done something wrong and you are aware of it, go to that person and ask for forgiveness, or ask the divine. If that person is not in your life right now, or that person has already left from this planet Earth, in that case, you just have to get connected with the divine, ask for forgiveness, and free yourself from that guilt. Okay, so you will break that pattern. The idea is that once you understand the pattern, you need to break that pattern. Otherwise, you will get stuck in this world of man, buddhi, chit, and ahankar. And it's a combination. Let me tell you that. It's a combination, and you have to break that layer by layer. Then only you will reach the source of it. And when you get rid of the source, you are free. Yeah. So Gunjanji, did I answer your question?
Yeah, definitely.
Perfect. Anybody else who has any question? Unmute yourself and you can ask. How many of you are fully clear about these 7 levels? 7 levels, you are clear about this? Okay, very good. So anybody who has any kind of questions, how is our internal world and the external world connected? If I ask that question, how would you answer that? See, I'm explaining once again what I mean. There is an inside world, we know that, right? Man, buddhi, chitta, ahankar, inside world. Outside world, things, situations, and people. And inside world and outside world are in constant interaction. Every day we are meeting with people, so we are interacting with the inside world, and the outside world is always interacting and interacting and impacting each other. Now, if you want to live a powerful life, how you should live your life? That is my question. What do you think? How we should live our life? If you want to live a life of good health and wellness, what would be the perfect way of interaction between the outside world and the inside world? Let's have somebody share. Except Amitji, because I think we have had discussions. Except Amitji, anybody else, or except Sanjeev is not here. Otherwise, I would have asked him also to, on silent mode. So except Amit Agarwalji, let me be clear, and Sanjeev, he's not here. So anybody else who wants to share, please go ahead.
Through surrender and acceptance, in complete acceptance and through complete surrender.
Okay. So through complete acceptance and through complete surrender to of the outside world. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So total acceptance, surrender, we will pick up a bit later. Right now, let us look at this word of total acceptance. How many of you think that total acceptance of the outside world will be the right solution for this? Total acceptance of the outside world will be the perfect solution for the perfect life of health and wellness. How many of you?
To a major extent, yes.
Yeah, to a major extent, yes, absolutely perfect. So good observation, Leslie. Very good observation. Acceptance of what is happening. Okay, what does it mean? Acceptance का मतलब क्या पहले भी बताएं. What do you understand by acceptance? Past में कुछ हो चुका है, हो गया है, already done. Can you change your past?
No.
So what is the best thing that you can do? Accept it. Accept it. God has given you that experience for some reason. Accept it. Learn whatever is coming from there. First, you have to accept it and then see how you can grow with that learning. Correct? Now, present. Can you do something about the present? Right now, all of you are sitting in this session with me in the Zoom session. Can you do something about this present? Right now, the life is coming to you point blank. Correct? Can you do something about this session? Right now, present को कुछ कर सकते हैं? Present को कुछ भी change कर सकते हैं हम? Present में कुछ कर सकते हैं? What is the best thing to do for the present?
Enjoy.
Accept. First accept, then you will enjoy. If you don't accept, you will start getting irritated. What the hell? I have to sit here for half an hour. पता नहीं क्या बोले जा रहे हैं, मेरे को तो कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा. Now I'm gone. I'm also late for 10 minutes. Now I can't understand what he's talking. And it's going at a rapid space like a Rajdhani Express. क्या बकवास है, मेरे को नहीं सुनना. Switch off. मैं कह दूंगा disconnection हो गया, network नहीं था. भागो. So you are an escapist then. You understand? A lot of things can come in your mind. Mind is crazy. Mind can create a lot of options. Okay. So first thing you have to understand is accept the past, accept the present. Now having accepted the present, you can do something about your future. एक घंटे के बाद क्या करना है वो आप कुछ क्रिएट कर सकते हो. कल क्या करना है आप कुछ क्रिएट कर सकते हो. पास्ट को एक्सेप्ट करना ही पड़ेगा, प्रेजेंट को एक्सेप्ट करना ही पड़ेगा, तब आप कुछ क्रिएट कर सकते हो फ्यूचर में. How many of you are getting what I'm saying? Connecting with it? Yeah. Good. Right? So that is what Leslie meant when we said total acceptance of what has happened, what is happening. So outside world में क्या हो रहा है, जो भी हो रहा है अभी हो रहा है ना, या हो चुका है, एक्सेप्ट कर लो. बॉस ने डांटा, एक्सेप्ट कर लो. जॉब चली गई, एक्सेप्ट कर लो. कोई चीखा चिल्लाया, एक्सेप्ट कर लो. लड़ाई झगड़ा हो चुका, एक्सेप्ट कर लो. अब क्या करना है आगे? Now you have an opening where you can create a wonderful future if your man, buddhi, chitta and ahankar allows you to do that. Yes or no?
Yes.
Correct.
So the moment you accept it, your inner world will become silent. That is the magic. जब तक रेजिस्ट करोगे बाहर की दुनिया को, अंदर की दुनिया अशांत रहेगी. Moment you accept the outside world, past and present, you become absolutely silent from inside. अंदर का आपका ज्वालामुखी बंद हो जाएगा. जो अंदर सुनामी चल रहा है वो शांत हो जाएगा. The tornado will quieten. It will be smooth sailing now. Now you can think properly what to do next. That is what is meant by acceptance, right? So we have to understand outside world, inside world, continuously there is a interaction happening. Number one, acceptance से क्या होगा? Your impact of the outside world on your inside world will be minimum. And then you can increase your inside power and impact the outside situation. तो सबसे पहले अपने बाहर की दुनिया से इम्पैक्ट में नहीं आना है, कम से कम इम्पैक्ट में आना है. एक्सेप्ट कर लो तो इम्पैक्ट बिल्कुल कम हो जाएगा. और फिर उसके बाद अपने अंदर के पावर्स को इतना बढ़ाना है कि आप बाहर की दुनिया को ट्रांसफॉर्म कर सकें. How many of you have read Law of Attraction? Law of Attraction कितने लोगों ने सुना है, पढ़ा है? क्या है Law of Attraction? Law of Attraction क्या बोलता है?
सुना है.
Tell me in one line. Yeah. Tell me in one line. Somebody who has understood Law of Attraction.
Like everything should be aligned, like past few,
सर
something like that.
जो आप जिसके बारे में थॉट करते हैं वो आप अचीव कर लेते हैं. मतलब आपको वही मिलता है जो आप सोच रहे होते हैं.
In this context of inside world and outside world, tell me. Law of Attraction क्या बोल रहा है? एक लाइन में अगर आप बोलना चाहो, you are a magnet attracting life, right or wrong?
Yeah.
You are a magnet. If you are a happiness magnet, you will attract situations, people, and places, things which are going to make you happy. Correct? Because you are a happiness magnet. And if you are a miserable magnet, then what happens? You will attract all the suffering and miseries in life. Yes or no?
Correct.
एक लाइन में अगर मैं बोलूं, यही है लॉ ऑफ अट्रैक्शन, यही है सीक्रेट का फंडा, राइट? सो व्हाट आई एम सेइंग इज नाउ इनसाइड वर्ल्ड, लुक एट इट. इनसाइड वर्ल्ड बोल के छोड़ दिया. इनसाइड वर्ल्ड में क्या है? मन, बुद्धि, चित्त और अहंकार. अगर मन, बुद्धि, चित्त और अहंकार मिजरेबल है, यू विल ओनली अट्रैक्ट मिजरेबल पीपल इन लाइफ, मिजरेबल सिचुएशंस इन लाइफ, मिजरेबल जॉब, मिजरेबल बॉस, मिजरेबल गर्लफ्रेंड, मिजरेबल वाइफ और हस्बैंड फॉर दैट मैटर. यस और नो? So your outside world is coming from your inside world. These are very strongly connected, and your inside world is creating your outside world. How many of you can get that? Yeah, everybody clear on this? कोई डाउट नहीं है ना? तो अब ये मत बोलिए आउटसाइड वर्ल्ड को मैं ठीक कर दूंगा, बाहर जाके नहीं ठीक होगा. कहाँ से ठीक होगा आउटसाइड वर्ल्ड? अंदर जाके ठीक होगा. बिकॉज बाहर की दुनिया अंदर की दुनिया से बन रही है. Your outside world is created by your inside world. I'm not saying anything new. I'm just rephrasing law of attraction. What is said in the secret book, right? So if the outside world is being created from the inside world, do I need to fix the outside world? Do I need to fix the boss? Do I need to fix my job? Do I need to fix anything outside? No, what I have to do is fix the inside world. मन, बुद्धि, चित्त और अहंकार को मेरे को पॉजिटिव करना है. अगर वो मेरे हिसाब से चलने लग जाएगा, बाहर की दुनिया ऑटोमेटिकली थोड़े दिनों बाद ठीक हो जाएगी, क्योंकि यहाँ से वो क्रिएट हो रहा है, वहां से ये क्रिएट नहीं हो रहा है. तब तो रिएक्टिव मोड हो गया. प्रोएक्टिव मोड क्या है? योर इनर वर्ल्ड इज क्रिएटिंग योर आउटसाइड वर्ल्ड. नाउ हैंडल योर, फिक्स योर इनसाइड वर्ल्ड फर्स्ट. दिस इज व्हाट सदगुरु कॉल्स इनर इंजीनियरिंग. दिस इज व्हाट रविशंकर जी कॉल्स आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग, एंड दिस इज आई कॉल बेसिक लेवल ऑफ इंटेलिजेंस टू लिव योर लाइफ पावरफुली. Correct? We'll go back to the sharing, but is this much clear? Your inside world is creating your outside world. So if you want to live a perfect outside world, अगर आप बाहर की दुनिया में perfect health और perfect wellness के साथ जीना चाहते हो, तो आपकी inside world को बहुत strong करना पड़ेगा. मन, बुद्धि, चित्त and अहंकार has to be absolutely rock solid. That is the only way to handle your life. Yes? Anybody, any questions? Just raise your hand or shout out if you have any questions. Otherwise, we'll continue the presentation. Yes. Anybody? Parth, Kirti ji, Smriti, Rekha ji, आपके videos off हैं, कोई बात नहीं, आप बोल सकते हैं, बोल लीजिए. Anything you want to say? Anything you want to ask? Right? Clear? Good. So I'll carry on with the presentation. Right? We'll finish the presentation and then again come back to the questions. So we have looked at the 7 levels of existence and understood how our inner world is creating our outer world. Okay. Now let us look at how you can improve your health and wellness with spiritual healing. Now, all of you are aware of it, so I will not take much time to say that, but I've been involved as a spiritual healer for the last 20-25 years, and I've done all the spiritual modalities. I've learned that, starting with Reiki, then pranic healing, then cosmic healing, consciousness healing, quantum healing, karmic healing. I've learned all the modules, all the modalities, and I have this firm belief that if you want to overall improve the health and wellness of human beings, then the perfect solution for that is to move on the spiritual journey, and spiritual healing helps you in a big way in that. So I'll just share with you now about my expertise of how you can improve your health and wellness levels with spiritual healing. I will request all of you to go on mute so that there are no disturbance. And once we are through with the presentation, we will again have Q&A session. When we talk of spiritual healing, let us understand what is spiritual healing. When we talk of spiritual healing, we are talking of how you can access the cosmic life force energy, which we are accessing as a different modalities. And then what we are doing here is using the spiritual energy coming from the universe, channelizing it through our body, and then using that energy to holistically heal. And when we talk of holistic healing, we are talking of physical, mental, emotional, and karmic level. So when we do spiritual healing, we can channelize that spiritual energy through our body, and we can heal ourselves and we can heal others. And this is a holistic healing where you can heal human beings or even any living beings for that matter at physical level, mental level, emotional level, and karmic level of the human existence, which means basically you can heal the body, you can heal the mind, you can heal all the karmas of all your past, present, and future lives. In short, you can say spiritual healing is something that can transform your inner world. What we were just talking of, Man, Buddhi, Chit, and Ahankar, this can be very powerfully impacted and healed with spiritual healing. All your karmas of your past lives, present lives, and future lives can be healed. And spiritual healing can give you a real momentum in your spiritual journey. And those who are really curious and committed to move on the path of enlightenment, the spiritual healing can really help you there. So let us look at what are the different kind of modalities that are available in spiritual healing. As a spiritual healer, we use two different healing modalities. One is called touch healing, which you can see in this slide, where we are doing the touch healing with our hands. So you can actually touch that, or even if you keep the hands maybe 2 inches above the head or the forehead, you can still pass the healing energy is there. So touch healing is a very powerful way of healing, and this is normally done for acute cases of physical disease where we can get very powerful results. And touch healing is done with laying on hands, and the flow of energy is like, the energy enters through the crown chakra, if you're aware of the chakras, Sahasrara, then Agya chakra, then throat chakra, and then heart chakra, and then flows through your hands. And through your hands, you can touch the healer who is in front of you in this kind of a pose, and you can heal yourself and you can heal others. So this is a touch healing session. Normally a touch healing session lasts for about 45 minutes to 1 hour, where you can heal the person or heal yourself. And it's very powerful in instant healing. And for acute diseases, it is very powerful. Right. The second and very common and most powerful way of healing is the distance healing. Now, in today's scenario, distance healing has become very common because touch healing, not many people are keen on that, unless if it's a family matter, then it's a different thing. Otherwise, people are normally looking at distance healing. Distance healing can be done for any healing across time and space, which means place or distance is not at all a concern. Sitting here, I can do distance healing for somebody who is anywhere in US or anywhere in Australia or in any city in India. It can be easily sent, and it is sent through thought. So obviously there are some details that you need to know. So like if I'm sitting here right now and if I'm looking at Tony, so I know Tony's face, I know his name, I know he's in Delhi, and I know he's in, and his age I know. So I know if I'm thinking of Tony and channelizing that energy to Tony, the energy will reach him. So that is how the distance healing is done. So for distance healing, normally we take 4 details, which is the name, the date of birth, the place of address, and the latest photograph with the face clear. With these 4 details, the healer can channelize that energy and send that energy by thought, which is, you can understand by telepathy, you can say. And that healing energy reaches the person through the subconscious mind and then enters the body and heals the body. We can heal the body, it can heal the mind, it can heal the emotions, and it can also heal the karmas or the blocks, karmic blocks in the chakras, in the energy body. So that is how the touch healing and the distance healing are done. And what are the kind of benefits? You can just read it out here. So it relieves pains and discomforts, it reduces stress and anxiety, awakens intuition. Intuition is basically, we're talking of the third eye chakra here, right? It strengthens the immune system. It promotes actual healing of the body, right? So it does that. It balances energies and chakras. It can even help in weight loss, not necessarily direct consequence, but indirectly it can do that. And definitely it can release all the toxins, so physical toxins, mental toxins. When we talk of mental toxins, whenever you get angry or whenever you are having a negative emotion like hatred or jealousy, a lot of toxins are generated in your body. So all these can be, detoxification process is very, very fast when you're doing spiritual healing. So this is the modality that we use, and different modalities have different symbols. Like pranic healing, we have different symbols. For Reiki, we have different symbols. Similarly, for Vedic healing or yogic healing, we have different symbols. And those who are aware of that, who have done healing healers program with me, they would be knowing that we have different modalities which we use for healing, and these are powerful. We access the cosmic energy and channelize that to ourselves and others, and we can make tremendous impact in their lives. So this is what we do in spiritual healing. Yes, let's move on. What are the kind of benefits that you can expect from spiritual healing? As I said, first of all, it makes your internal world very strong. Man, Buddhi, Chitta, and Ahankar can be healed absolutely perfectly. Then it can heal all your past lives karma, present life karma, and future life karma. So you will start getting magical results in your life. But in short, if I say major areas where healers have reported excellent results are in resolving past issues, and these past issues can be even past lives, right? So this is something where past issues are resolved and suddenly they find tremendous freedom and power in dealing with a current situation which is free from the clutches of the past, and they create magical results. The stress level is something, stress, anxiety, and worry level comes down drastically. So you can actually experience full freedom from stress. If you're suffering from some illnesses, those illnesses can be, you can fast recover from it because it strengthens your immunity system. And for somebody who is suffering from maybe guilt or maybe having a low self-image, so that self-esteem can really be boosted up, and you can transform your self-image and live a life, of complete transformation, where you can actually experience moving on from being a sheep to a lion. So you can get that kind of a transformation in your life with spiritual healing, and definitely it moves you forward on your spiritual journey. So these are the benefits of spiritual healing, and which I've been doing for 20-25 years and created major results in people's life, especially in my life, and then thousands of people's worldwide, where I've impacted their lives and made a huge difference in their life. Right. So this is what I wanted to share. If you have any questions, I'll take that very soon. So you can just note down your questions. And thank you very much for your patience. And now we will have a question answer session.
सर कार्मिक हीलिंग के बारे में भी जो मेरी हुई है उसके बारे में मैं जानना चाहूंगी.
Karmic healing is a part of the spiritual healing, and what we do here is we specifically look at those blocks which are coming from your past lives karma. Okay. So it could be present life also. So what you will understand is whenever we talk of a karmic block, it is like, there are different levels of block. One is a mental block, One is an emotional block and one is a karmic block. Karmic block is the strongest block. Okay? So it can heal your patterns which are prevalent from many lifetimes.
Okay.
So somebody who has a, say, you know, you're talking of guilt. So somebody could have a pattern of feeling guilty of since lifetimes. Guilt का संस्कार अंदर आ गया है और वो जा नहीं रहा है. It is very strong and it is going on since lifetimes. Now this is a karmic pattern. Correct? Normal क्या होगा? If you have a thought which is negative and you repeat that thought continuously, you will develop a mental block. If somebody has scolded you and you are feeling grief or you are feeling very anger, so you have that emotion. If you continue that emotion for some time, maybe 1 week or 10 days, you will develop an emotional block. So mental and emotional blocks can come and go. These are called transitory kind of an emotions, right?
Okay.
But karmic block is something very strong. It can go from lifetimes to lifetimes and it can even persist on, you know, तो वो deep rooted संस्कार होते हैं, उनको हम karmic block के हिसाब से बोलते हैं, जो negative. So it could be some very strong habits. It could be some different, very powerful patterns of like being a victim. Somebody who is living a life of a victim, very difficult, 30 years of victimization, and they can't get rid of their victim syndrome, right? So like that. So these are karmic patterns. So what we did for you was karmic healing. What is different between all these modalities is the symbols. Reiki के symbols अलग होते हैं, Vedic healing, yogic healing के symbols अलग होते हैं, कार्मिक हीलिंग के अलग होते हैं, क्वांटम हीलिंग के अलग होते हैं. हर एक के सिंबल्स अलग हैं, तो ऑब्वियसली द एनर्जी जनरेटेड इज डिफरेंट. प्रोसेस इज मोर और लेस.
So sir, like karmic healing is beneficial for our future as well?
Obviously, because if your blocks, karmic blocks of past are gone and present is free, you will obviously create a wonderful future.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because your future is restricted by what your blocks in the past. Once the blocks are gone, then your future life can be impacted very powerful. Right? You can visualize it like this, which I often tell. I must have told that to many people here. So if a river is flowing, मान लीजिए, think of river Ganges. What is the source of river Ganges? What is the source of river Ganges? गंगोत्री, right? अब उस पे ज्यादा नहीं सोचना है. Okay. तो अगर गंगोत्री से गंगा बह रही है, तो हरिद्वार और ऋषिकेश में पूरा पानी बहुत बढ़िया रहेगा ना, फुल फ्लो के साथ पानी आ रहा है. Now imagine there is a big mountain which has fallen at the mouth of Gangotri. Gangotri पे बहुत बड़ा एक पहाड़ गिर गया है. Now that Gangotri is blocked, what will happen in Haridwar and Rishikesh? After some time, less flow. I won't say completely. सूखा नहीं पड़ेगा. अगर सूखा पड़ेगा तो आपकी लाइफ बहुत ही खराब हो जाएगी. तो हम मानते हैं कि थोड़ा बहुत पानी आ रहा है, तो when the flow is gone, it is coming in, you know, droplets kind of a thing. तो लाइफ में जॉय नहीं है, लाइफ में कोई हैप्पीनेस नहीं है. फिर हम कहते हैं यार 1 मिनट की शांति तो दे दो मेरे को. एंड देन वी आर स्ट्रगलिंग विद पीपल. मेरे को 2 मिनट तो चुपचाप रहने दो, चैन से जीने दो. All that stuff. Why? Because there is a big block. The Gangotri is blocked. Now there is no water flowing at Haridwar and Rishikesh, and we are struggling at Haridwar and Rishikesh. ये रिलेशनशिप काम नहीं कर रही, वो बॉस ने नौकरी से निकाल दिया, ये जॉब नहीं चल रही है, पड़ोसी से झगड़ा हो रहा है. You know, the life is in mess. प्रॉब्लम कहाँ है? You have to remove that block from there. पानी आ जाएगा, हरिद्वार और ऋषिकेश में फिर से खुशहाली और पानी आ जाएगा. So all these modalities of healing are designed in such a way that any block, any kind of block can be removed with different modalities. So in some cases, pranic healing might work. Some cases, Reiki healing will work. Here, some cases, yogic or Vedic healing works. So I practice all that. So whichever is applicable, I get the intuition. Based on that, I remove the block. And once the block is gone, it is like पत्थर हटा दिया गंगोत्री से, पानी बहना शुरू हो गया. You are happy, I am happy, everybody is happy. खुश रहो. That is what you are experiencing. Suddenly there is a lot of magic happening in your life, right? Why? पानी बहना शुरू हो गया है, प्यास बुझ गई है, सूखा खत्म हो गया.
Some things are really unimaginable which is happening with me.
That is what it is. So if you ask me what is happening, I just removed that mountain from that Gangotri. That's it. अब पानी अपने आप भरा, पानी को मैंने कुछ नहीं कहा, पानी को मेरा कोई कंट्रोल भी नहीं है. That is life. That is divine.
Yeah.
That is divinity flowing through you. It will flow. It is bound to flow. Only thing is you have, and that mountain nobody has created, by the way. ये मत बोलना पत्थर किसने डाला, तुमने ही डाला है. तुम्हारे it's your karmas of the past which has created that block and gone there and blocked it, right? So we are healing your karma. So that is what we do in karmic healing. We remove that karmic block, and once the karmic block is gone, the water is coming, और आपके पुराने habits सारे छूट जाते हैं. हाँ? जैसे मैं अक्सर बोलता रहता हूँ, some people have coffee karma, some people have tea karma, some people have shopping karma, some people have cigarette karma. बहुत सारे कर्मास हमारे हैं. तो जिसको जिसका पैटर्न है वो तोड़ नहीं पा रहा है, all you have to do is get freedom from it. Once you are free from your past karmic blocks, you will be able to change any kind of habit. You can change any kind of sanskar. Habit means I'm talking of deep-rooted sanskar. अपना victim ego छोड़ सकते हो, अपना superiority complex ego छोड़ सकते हो. You can leave any kind of ego that is bothering you. And once the ego is gone, you are only in your divine self. आपके divine self को रोकने का एक ही वजह है ना, ego. Ego हट जाएगा तो you will be in your divine self. Then all the tamogun characteristics will go, all the rajogun characteristics will go, and you will establish yourself in satogun. And your journey starts from satogun to nirgun, and you are on the way to self-realization. So the spiritual healing can actually power you in your spiritual growth and attain self-realization. So that is my point. So it's not just like having a good job or having a good health. These are very small things that you're playing with or you are aspiring for. You have a Brahmastra with you. With the spiritual healing, you can actually move forward on the spiritual journey, attain self-realization. But some people are happy, नहीं, मेरे को छोटा सा मेरा job ठीक कर दो, मेरे family ठीक कर दो, ये 5 लोग ठीक हो जाएं, I am very happy with my small life. Playing small games, okay, fine, I give you that. At least वो तो कर लो, वो भी नहीं कर रहे, अपनी health खराब कर रखी है. You can't handle your body. तुमको बस 3 चीजें करनी है. खाना ठीक से खाना है, ठीक टाइम पे खाना है, और ठीक से खाना है, ठीक खाना खाना है, अच्छा खाना खाना है, right? Don't put poisons in your stomach. खाना ढंग से खाओ, अच्छा खाना खाओ, टाइम पे खाओ, that's all. बाकी सारा काम तो खाना कर रहा है. तुमको तो नहीं बोला डाइजेस्ट करने को, वो तो खुद हो रहा है. ढंग से सो जाओ, बॉडी अपने आप रिकवर करेगी, और अच्छी एक्टिविटी रखो ताकि बॉडी लेथार्जिक ना रहे. 3 ही चीजें करनी है आपने. खाना खाओ, सो और एक्टिविटी करो. बाकी 1000 चीजें बॉडी की तो ऑलरेडी डिवाइन इंटेलिजेंस कर रहा है. तुम्हारी हार्ट बीट चला रहा है, तुम्हारा ब्लड सर्कुलेशन ठीक कर रहा है, तुम्हारे सारे न्यूरॉन्स को ठीक कर रहा है, तुम्हारे अंदर जो बॉडी में हार्मोन्स चाहिए वो सारे हार्मोन्स दे रहा है ताकि खाना डाइजेस्ट हो, खाना हर जगह जाए, सेल्स रिन्यू हो रहे हैं, सब कुछ हो रहा है. You have a fantastic body and still you have messed it up. Who is responsible for it? You have got the most complicated, most intricate, most evolved body in this universe. God has given you that. And we have messed it up in such a way that in 20, 30 years, we have completely ruined it. I'm saying some harsh words to wake you up. Okay, that's all.
No, yeah, I can understand.
Yeah, not you in general. In fact, it is for me also because I am also listening to what I'm saying. Right? If there is even a small problem in your body, you have messed up in a big way. Because this body is supposed to be absolutely recovering fast in 8 hours sleep. 6 घंटे की नींद में बॉडी पूरी तरह से रिकवर कर जाती है, सारी थकावट से और सारे स्ट्रेस से. Mind can relax and come back fast. Body can relax and come back very energized. And if not, then do some pranayam. Half an hour of pranayam will energize you in such a way that you can't even think about it. And still मरे हुए जिंदगी जी रहे हैं. क्यों थक जाते हैं शाम तक? हेडेक हो रहा है, 10 टैबलेट्स खा रहे हैं. क्यों? Why are you so dependent? Why have you become such a weak soul that you need dependency? You don't need anything. You are a very powerful soul. हटा दो सब कॉफी कर्मा, टी कर्मा सब हटा दो. I'm on my job now. So actually, I'm doing that for myself. I've got rid of my evening tea.
I just had beetroot juice.
Yeah. Whatever you can have, whatever you want, if it is healthy. What I'm saying is, don't make a habit of it. Don't make a habit of it. क्योंकि हैबिट अच्छी चीज का भी खराब है, बट पहले खराब हैबिट को तो हटाओ. पहले जो आपके तामसिक हैबिट्स है उनको हटा के सात्विक हैबिट्स लाओ. बाद में सात्विक हैबिट्स को भी छोड़ना होगा. तो आजकल मैं उस पैटर्न में हूँ, राइट? पहले सिगरेट, अल्कोहल वो सब था, वो सब छोड़ दिया है. Come to tea karma now. Water karma तो रहेगा, पानी तो पीना ही है. But tea karma is something which I can do away with. So I've left my evening tea now, and I'm concentrating on my morning tea now. So I don't want to be dependent on anything. अभी होता सुबह से उठ के चाय नहीं मिली तो I'm looking forward here and there. मेरे को चाय भी नहीं है, उसके बाद मेरे को पेपर पढ़ना है, then मेरा काम शुरू होगा. Why am I dependent on that? So I'm even getting old. Getting present to it, and now I can get rid of it. Not that something very important, but yes, as a task for myself, I'm doing that. So what I'm saying is, you are a very powerful soul. You can break all the patterns in your life. So don't wait for anything.
So non-veg is a hindrance in spirituality?
Nothing. Only thing is, it will give you a lot of negativity. तो उसको digest करने की ताकत होनी चाहिए. That's it. Your stomach has to digest that. And obviously, if you are eating something which is been killed, तो जब किसी को मारा जाएगा तो उसमें काफी नेगेटिविटी, पेन और हर्ट वाली इमोशन आएगी. तो आप बहुत सारा पेन और हर्ट ले रहे हो. आप पहले से ही अगर हर्ट और पेन लेके जी रहे हो तो 10 किलो और बढ़ जाएगा. 10 kilo means you are taking a lot of more negativity. So you have to do more healing. So for healers, I would say not required. Leave it. But for normal human beings, I will say okay, continue. But make sure that you should understand that your anger will go up, your violence will go up. It is good for some people. See, आपको समझ में आनी चाहिए. ये सारी चीजें अलाउड होती थी पहले, लेकिन पहले जब कोई क्षत्रियास होते थे या कोई सोल्जर्स होते थे या कोई अभी भी बॉर्डर पे जाके लड़ रहा है तो उसको थोड़ी राम और चिकन देना पड़ेगा. भाई वहां जाके मारना है किसी को, वहां सात्विक खाना खिलाएंगे, बॉर्डर पे जाके वो उनकी पूजा आरती करने लग जाएगा. तू तो मेरा बड़ा अच्छा दोस्त है, मेरा भाई है, वो फाइट कैसे करेगा? So you have to understand, if you have to fight somebody and kill somebody, you have to have these non-veg things so that you can have that anger in you, or you can generate that anger to do something to serve the nation. For that purpose, it is okay. But हम घर में बैठे हैं, हमको जरूरत नहीं है उसकी. But I've got nothing against it. If you want, go ahead and eat it. But you will be taking in a lot of negativity. So make sure that you have the necessary healing powers to handle that, or the digestive system to handle it. How? That's fine. Food is your choice. God is not against it. Let me tell you that. Otherwise, there won't be any lions. There will be only rabbits in jungle. But there are lions, right? The lion is the king of the jungle. So lion अगर होगा तो वो rabbit को खाएगा. That's it. Part of life. You can have it. Only thing is, make sure that you don't get more negative about it. Okay, the scheduled time is over, so I'll take a few questions and few sharings. Okay, so before the questions, let me have some sharing. Amit ji is raring to go. बड़े देर से चुपचाप बैठे हैं. हाँ जी अमित जी, go ahead.
Listen, I think वो light वाला example बहुत सही था, but I think when it comes to human beings, we are born herbivorous. I think हम सबको पता है कि हम पानी कैसे पीते हैं और एक carnivorous पानी कैसे पीता है. हम लोग लिप्स को पानी में डुबो करके पानी पीते हैं और एक कार्निवोरस लिक करके ऐसे करके पानी पीता है. तो सो आई थिंक पर्सनली इट डज नॉट अप्लाई ऑन ह्यूमन बीइंग्स. एंड आई थिंक जो क्षत्रिय वाला आपने एग्जांपल दिया वो सही है, लेकिन उसका लिमिटेशन ये है कि वी आर अज्यूमिंग कि सामने वाला भी नॉनवेज खा रहा होगा. सो अगर हम एक यूनिफॉर्म लेवल प्लेइंग फील्ड की बात करें, इफ एक्चुअली देयर इज नो मीट ईटिंग एनी ह्यूमन बीइंग्स, then I will not need to have an anger to conquer my शत्रु, for example. So मैं तो ये मानता हूँ कि किसी भी रीजन से किसी भी जीत के लिए किसी भी इंसान को, किसी मतलब एनिमल को मारना मतलब absolutely not in my books for sure. Human beings नहीं है, herbivores है हम. और
that's perfect. I said it's a personal choice. It's a personal choice. Since it is some people relish chicken and fish, and I was one of those. You know, as a Keralite, I would love fish. And I was in Calcutta, so if you are ever been in Kolkata, then fish is a vegetarian, by the way, right? So you should be clear about it.
कुछ सभ्यताएं समझती हैं फिश को वेजिटेरियन, पर ये लंबा डिस्कशन हो जाएगा, आपके साथ मैं अलग से करूंगा. आई थिंक ये इज नॉट अ पर्सनल चॉइस. आई थिंक इट शुड नॉट बी पर्सनल चॉइस. वी दिस भूख और दिस इंटरेस्ट और दिस एंगर का नीड at in the army does not give us a right to kill an animal. So we can have a different discussion.
It's a different. That's why I said. I mean, if you ask me, I will say simple. If you're on a spiritual journey, after some time you will give it up. Because if you ask me now, I've given up everything. I was a very lover of chicken and fish, but now ऐसा नहीं कि भाग जाता हूँ. हाँ, अभी भी सकता हूँ मैं, लेकिन I don't relish it. नहीं मिला तो भी ठीक है, मिल गया तो भी ठीक है. Nothing great about it. So I've broken up all the patterns in my life. If I get it, that is fine. If I don't get it, that is fine. It's okay. Now the question is, it is a choice. अगर वेज खाना है वेज खाओ, नॉन वेज खाना है नॉन वेज खाओ. बट एनर्जी पॉइंट, मैं एनर्जी हीलर हूँ, मैं एनर्जी वाइज से बात करूँ. अगर आप कोई भी नॉन वेज खा रहे हो, यू विल टेक इन लॉट ऑफ नेगेटिविटी. सिंपल है. पेन एंड हर्ट अंदर जा रहा है. अगर आपके अंदर पेन और हर्ट पहले से है तो वो बढ़ जाएगा. आपके अंदर पहले से एंगर और ग्रीड और जेलसी है तो वो बढ़ जाएगा. तो यू नीड टू हैंडल इट अप्रोप्रिएटली. इफ यू कांट हैंडल इट, स्टॉप इट. इफ यू कैन हैंडल इट, फाइन. Good. That's all I would say. Right? Okay, good. Anybody else who wants to share? wants to share, wants to ask something? Hanji, Renu ji, you want to say something? Okay. Good. Anybody else? Kiran ji, Kavan, Kirti ji, anybody else? Parth, you have not said anything today?
Yeah. हाँ एक्चुअली मैं ड्राइव कर रहा था इसलिए
Okay, that's fine.
मैं नहीं बोला था.
Are you okay now?
हाँ बिल्कुल मैं घर पे आ गया हूँ. तो मुझे बोला था चाहे हमारा आउटर वर्ल्ड हो चाहे इनर वर्ल्ड हो, दैट लाइक दोनों वर्ल्ड जो है एक साइकिल पे ही बेस्ड होते हैं. हम लोग कहीं पे भी देख सकते हैं देयर आर साइकिल्स है ना. एटम से लेकर के हम लोग माइंड पे चले जाएं, साइकोलॉजी पे चले जाएं, हम हर किसी में साइकिल्स होते हैं. तो इन साइकिल्स से ब्रेक करना इतना इम्पोर्टेंट क्यों आपके लिए?
साइकिल्स नहीं समझा मैं, दोबारा बोलो.
हमारा अगर इनर वर्ल्ड हो चाहे आउटर वर्ल्ड हो, इट इज बेस्ड ऑन साइकिल्स, हैबिट, पीरियड. ठीक है, हम लोग सोलर सिस्टम ले ले.
That is your personal life. See, if you I think you missed out a couple of discussions in between. Your outside world is a reflection of your inside world. If you read law of attraction, right? आपका अंदर की जो दुनिया है, मन, बुद्धि, चित्त और अहंकार, यही आपके आउटसाइड वर्ल्ड बना रही है, जो वस्तु, व्यक्ति और परिस्थिति की दुनिया है. तो आपको बाहर कुछ भी एडजस्ट नहीं करना है. You have to handle your inside world, which will create your outside world.
मैं बाहर और अंदर की, मैं सिर्फ ये बात कर रहा हूँ कि चाहे अंदर का वर्ल्ड हो चाहे बाहर का वर्ल्ड हो, दोनों में साइकिल्स और पीरियड्स इंपॉर्टेंट होते हैं, है ना. एस्टैब्लिशमेंट के लिए बिहेवियर्स होते हैं, धीरे धीरे भले ही वो चेंज होते हैं, बट कहीं ना कहीं पीरियड्स और साइकिल्स होते हैं.
हैबिट पैटर्न्स बोलिए, हैबिट पैटर्न्स की बात कर रहे हो.
हैबिट्स हो गए, पैटर्न्स हो गए. ठीक है, हम लोग दिमाग में बोले तो बिहेवियर हम लोग कहते हैं पैटर्न्स होते हैं. ठीक है, अगर हम लोग फिजिकल, ठीक है, डे एंड नाइट साइकिल, सारी चीजें, मतलब बहुत सारी चीजें साइकिल्स में अरेंज होती है कहीं ना कहीं. ठीक है, चाहे लाइफ की बात करें, चाहे हम लोग कॉस्मिक लेवल पे भी चले जाएं या हम एटॉमिक स्केल पे चले जाएं. ठीक है, तो आपके हिसाब से इन साइकिल्स से ब्रेक करना इतना इम्पोर्टेंट क्यों है?
साइकिल्स को ब्रेक करने की बात नहीं कर रहा मैं, अपने हैबिट पैटर्न्स को ब्रेक करने की बात कर रहा हूँ, which are hindrance to your spiritual growth. If you think they are hindrance, you should break that. That's all I'm saying.
नहीं, जैसे आपने कहा कि अगर सतोगुण की भी बात है तो उन हैबिट्स को भी बाद में छोड़ना इज इम्पोर्टेंट होता है. तो आप कहीं ना कहीं
सतोगुण के हैबिट्स को छोड़ना इसलिए जरूरी है अगर आप निर्गुण में जाना चाहते हो. वरना you live a life of सतोगुण, that is absolutely perfect. I'm talking of the ultimate goal of self realization. You need to understand what I'm saying.
हम लोग मेन
पहले आप एक मिनट जरा सुन लीजिए. पहले मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, अगर आपके कोई तमोगुण के पैटर्न्स हैं, ओके, व्हाटएवर यू आर सेइंग, आई एम आइडेंटिफाइंग दैट एज समथिंग लाइक ए हैबिट और ए पैटर्न. ओके, तो अगर तमोगुण के पैटर्न है which are harmful for you, which are detrimental to you, maybe you have any kind of habit or pattern which is harmful, then you need to get over it, right? How will you get over it? आपको एक पैटर्न तोड़ने के बाद दूसरा पैटर्न लाना पड़ेगा ना वहां पे. अगर आपको लेट उठने की आदत है, पैटर्न है आपका, लेट उठ रहे हो, तो आप ब्रेक करके उसे क्या करोगे, सुबह उठोगे और कोई नया पैटर्न पकड़ोगे ना, वॉकिंग का पकड़ोगे. तो फर्स्ट यू हैव ब्रोकन दैट तमोगुण पैटर्न विद ए सतोगुण पैटर्न. करेक्ट, कि सुबह 6 बजे अलार्म लगाया और वहां उठ के वॉक के लिए चलना शुरू कर दिया आपने, तो आपका वो पैटर्न ऑफ लेजीनेस एंड वेकिंग अप लेट हैज गॉन फॉर अ टॉस. ये आप 90 डेज तक करोगे और साइंटिफिकली प्रूवन है 21 डेज प्लस 90 डेज 111 दिन तक करोगे, नया पैटर्न बन जाएगा. हाँ, नए न्यूरॉन्स का बन जाएगा, न्यूरोपाथ नए बन जाएंगे, सो नया पैटर्न आ गया आपका. दिस इज व्हाट द बिहेवियरल पैटर्न इज, व्हाट यू आर टॉकिंग ऑफ, आई थिंक, राइट. अब आप बोल रहे हो कि सतोगुण को क्यों ब्रेक करना जरूरी है. कोई जरूरी नहीं है, कंटिन्यू विद दैट. इफ इट इज सर्विंग यू, डू दैट. आई एम टॉकिंग इन टर्म्स ऑफ सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन. अल्टीमेटली अगर आपको निर्गुण पे जाना है तो सतोगुण भी छोड़ना पड़ेगा. Otherwise, if you don't want to go there, you continue with Satogun for many lifetimes. You can do that. Get my point? What I'm trying to say, right? Nothing wrong with Satogun. Satogun is the highest quality. Why should you have any problems with that? Go ahead. आपको वो पैटर्न तोड़ने की जरूरत नहीं है. Unless you want to become self-realized. Self-realized के लिए सतोगुण भी छोड़ना पड़ेगा, निर्गुण में आना पड़ेगा. You know that, right? That's what I meant. So, did I make myself clear, or you still have any doubts?
somewhat थोड़ा सा प्रोसेस करने के लिए टाइम चाहिए.
Okay, then we will have a one-to-one discussion later on. Call me later on. We will take on that because right now time is over. But I tried to answer whatever was to the best of my knowledge. If you still have any question, we will discuss that later. Anybody else who wants to share something? Towards the end, last and final call. It's already 10 minutes over. Anybody else? Any questions?
एक सेकंड, क्वेश्चन नहीं है, but it's a request to everybody. You are going to speak in a summit, and Dr. Reema Dada भी बोलेंगी. तो आप सभी लोगों से रिक्वेस्ट है, आई एम अज्यूमिंग दैट आप लोगों ने रजिस्टर कर लिया होगा ऑल इवेंट्स के उस लिंक पर, नहीं है तो प्लीज़ कर लीजिए एंड ट्राई टू स्प्रेड दिस एज मच एज पॉसिबल. इट इज़ फॉर गुड कॉज. वी ऑल आर हीलर्स. We all have a responsibility to spread this good cause to everybody and as many people as possible. हाथ जोड़ के रिक्वेस्ट है, प्लीज रजिस्टर एंड प्लीज स्प्रेड टू एज मेनी पीपल एज पॉसिबल. देयर इज अ ग्लोबल समिट 18th जुलाई से 23rd जुलाई तक है, एवरी डे 11 to 3 PM. शशि सर और डॉक्टर रीमा बोल रहे हैं ऑन द 21st of July. टाइम स्लॉट मैं आपको अलग से भेज दूंगा. ये दोनों ही गुड हेल्थ और वेलबींग पे बोल रहे हैं. इसके अलावा एवरी डे देर आर डिफरेंट स्पीकर्स हु आर गोइंग टू स्पीक. By the way, I want to share something that I am so blessed that I landed up talking to the mother of Sister Shivani of Brahma Kumari yesterday a couple of times. और मैंने मेल किया सिस्टर शिवानी को, अभी उनका जवाब आना बाकी है. मैंने श्री रविशंकर जी को भी मेल किया है, बट ठीक है वो बड़ी बात नहीं है. लेकिन मेरी माँ शिवानी की माँ से जो बात हुई, इट वॉज सो नाइस. हमने आधा घंटे बात करी और ऑब्वियसली मैंने बहुत लर्न किया एंड शी वॉज ऑल्सो वेरी इम्प्रेस्ड ब्ला ब्ला. So उनको हम वी आर ट्राइंग टू इनवाइट देम एज चीफ गेस्ट. लेट्स सी अगर वो आ पाएंगे कि नहीं दोनों. सो कमिंग बैक टू द पॉइंट, प्लीज ज्वाइन कीजिए. और द आइडिया इज द यूनाइटेड नेशंस के 17 गोल्स हैं, तो उनमें से एक गोल हम पकड़ रहे हैं. तो वन गोल इज गुड हेल्थ एंड वेलबींग, जिस पे शशि सर और डॉक्टर रीमा बोलेंगे. आइएगा.
So now you all know why this topic was chosen today, right?
Yeah.
All right, so thank you.
So
With
thank
this,
you,
we
everybody.
come to the end of the session.
Thank you.
Have a great
Thank you,
day,
thank you,
have a
sir.
great week, and
Yeah,
let's
thank
meet
you,
again
sir.
tomorrow. No, sorry, next Wednesday, same time, with a lot of energy and a lot of transformation. Thank you very much. Enjoy a great day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.